to put tenants into the vacant storefronts on 28, or every place, you know, in front of Walmart, there's an available sign. To do that, I'd like to say that I could do that. I'd like to say this board could do it, but as Kevin said, he had a good suggestion. You know, do we go to trade shows? You hear on the radio, you know, come to Fall River, come here, come there. We have a strong demographic with a high income level in between, you know, next to a town with an even stronger demographic passing through. We need to sell that. I don't know that this board can go out and sell it. I mean, perhaps someone from the CPC office can help sell it, but again, they have a full-time job now. Again, like ITAC, you get a group with the right expertise and the right charge. You know, maybe things happen. Now, if all the board is willing to do now is invite the chamber, this is the board's goals, and I'm willing to do that as a first step. I don't know that that's, I of course want to support the businesses who are already here. I don't know that that's going to get us toward, you know, putting a new business in the vacant Dunkin' Donuts next to Kitty's, or 79 Main Street, or the new empty building next to AutoZone.
We need banners made up for next week that say, as you're cutting through here, if your business were here, you'd be working out.
Yeah.
Right,
One,
the convention.
you know,
You're gonna have lots of trappic cutting through here next week.
Yeah.
So quick, get the
Quick, get
banners.
those printed.
Get those printed.
I think we gotta finish Route 62
No,
first.
No, but I mean,
Well, I mean.
Well, I'm sorry, Joe was seeking recognition, Joe's been waiting at me for a while.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, a couple of comments. I would not be opposed to setting up some type of a committee to look into this. They may overturn a stone that we haven't looked at. I certainly wouldn't be opposed to bringing the chamber in also. What I think we have to be careful though is the town, or the town hall, attempting to get tenants for private businesses. We don't want to get into that. If we want to work with the Chamber of Commerce or with the committee, fine. I really don't think we want CPC going to a trade show in Chicopee to get tenants in 110 Main Street, if I'm being clear. You know, I don't think we should get into that where it's private property. But I have no problem with set up a committee, see if it works. If it doesn't work, well, we tried.
Kevin was seeking recognition as well.
Yeah, I guess, in conjunction, I guess, with what Joe was just talking about, I would see, if we're gonna set up a committee, we're gonna make a commitment to setting up this committee and looking into this. To me, we also have to make a commitment that we are gonna put up some money that, I mean, it's just like with, I mean, Bob, you were heading up the IT before you were on the board here. There was a commitment from the board that we were going to implement what they came up with, and we got some very qualified people, yourself included, but also the others, to come on board and go to work here, because they knew that there was going to be, and I don't mean to be speaking for you, but I mean, you knew there was going to be some money put into your findings and into, you weren't wasting your time spinning your wheels. It's something that's going to happen. And I think for us to get quality people to work on a project like this, you got to make sure that they're going to have the understanding, or the belief anyways, that when they're going to commit their time, that it's going to be taken seriously, and that we're not going to be able to do this for nothing. In other words, if we want to go out and attract people and run some type of a campaign to bring business to North Reading, that it's going to cost us some money, whether it means hiring a professional advertiser to get our name out there and to know where to put our name in order so that the right people are seeing it, that are going to be looking for space for businesses and so forth. That's fine, and I'd be ready to get on board with a committee concept, provided at the same time we're going to back that committee up with the fact that, yeah, we're not going to tell you a dollar amount right now, but is there going to be a commitment that you're actually going to do something with your findings besides say, oh, thank you very much, and you know, hopefully in 5 years when you know money's falling from the sky, we're going to implement this stuff, because that never happens either. So if we want to do the committee, I'm all for it, as long as we're going to make the commitment in some manner that we're going to try to implement what they propose. Because I think you're going to attract higher qualified people, professionals,
think that basically, we're setting these as our priorities. And therefore, as we agree to each one of these, the board is basically getting behind this. The board, some time ago, got behind the concept of creating an information technology committee. Then the committee went off and did some work and came back and said, this is what we'd like to recommend. And back and forth associated with getting some funds. So I think that if we agree that this is one of our goals and it's fairly high priority, then getting the appropriate personnel together to go forward and do something, let them come back with the ideas and also, if funding is required, what is required for.
No, but I guess what I'm saying, though, Bob, is before I'd like to say, yeah, let's do this, I'd kind of like to get a feel of everybody is this something we want to do, and at the same time, not just want to do, but we're going to be willing to put money towards this, as opposed to just say, yeah, let's do it, but, you know what I mean? I mean, where are we with this in terms of a priority? Because I don't want to waste people's time either. I mean, if we're going to do it, and I'm willing to do it, I'm just saying, I'd like to make sure that as a board, and I'm not saying to commit to a dollar level, but I'm just saying, is that commitment to not just the idea, but of the funding of the idea, is that there with everybody? Because I think we need to do it that way, that's all, just so that we're all, I know we're not all here forever either, I'm just saying that, I think that's the commitment that has to be made.
Well, Marcy was talking about real near-term issues, like filling vacant facilities along 28. I view the near-term economic development initiative as broader than that, because there are steps that you have to get going in the near term to yield a benefit in the long term. We talked about the Berry Center, and we were going to have a meeting set up with Cuvier, and that's something that we should move along. So I'm lumping that into this near-term thing, I think.
Okay, I don't hear strong enough, I guess, support for this. I will invite the chamber.
I'm hearing something different, I guess.
Okay.
No, I'm hearing support for the idea, the concept, possibly forming a committee to do some work. Kevin's suggesting maybe they need some financial commitment. As we did with the Information Technology Committee, we went with $30,000 seed money before they even were formulated, which at least sent the message that there was a commitment on the board of the part of the board to take this seriously, and then we came back at town meeting and appropriate moment. Similarly, again, I'm thinking the same thing as far as J.T. Berry. That's near-term, time-wise. We may need our fallback position, and this may dovetail right into it as far as marketing North Reading, not just the parcel out there, but marketing North Reading and what we have to offer in our location and everything that's great to a terrific of us. And I still think we're a diamond in the rough when it comes to commercial development. And again, if it's mostly tied to the surge, location-wise, I mean, we're right there.
And I guess previously, I'm told years ago, there was an industrial development authority, and what came out of it was we need sewerage, I think that.
The one on B is, talking about Congress Street.
Yeah.
That was the big key area, because J.T. Berry was still being used by the state way back then. And, that was the key commercial industrial area that was going to be developed, and we ended up with truck returns.
I mean,
One good thing we got out of it again was that following the slide development with sewage tied into the FRA, which took special legislation to get. That was only because of the proximity to the running wells. We're very fortunate to get that tied in, and it's a substantial amount of money for this town, tax revenue. So, we look at our climate changing a bit, hopefully, we'll fill those other buildings in, and you can see the value of those properties in Congress Street over That was years, yeah, a long time ago.
I mean, conceptually, I would be willing, once we got a charge and a group of people, if they came to us and said, we need money, I don't know, for a brochure, for example, you know, a nice policy brochure, because we're gonna go to trade shows or do a big mailing or take an ad in a trade journal or something of that nature. Once, you know, they presented, like the Information Technology Committee did, a plan, progress report, yeah, obviously, we're gonna have to invest in it, but if they fill a couple of commercial properties and it costs us, you know, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, that can be made back, very quickly. So, while I couldn't say what I would appropriate now, I need the experts to come in and tell me what needs to be appropriated and what their plan is, and at that time, I certainly would not give them that charge and then plan on shutting them down if they came with what I thought was a viable plan, and maybe we just, and I see you later, Joe.
Yeah, no,
Maybe we need to wait, a couple weeks to hear from Gutierrez and, you know, put together a charge for such a committee that, you know, would include all these, you know, initiatives that are tied together into enhancing the commercial tax base. Joe?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, Kevin did bring up a good point, but as I said, I would be in favor of the committee, but I will say I would have to give this a second thought before I spent any tax dollars on this. And correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, if we have a vacant building, we are still collecting taxes on it. So if in fact a bicycle shop goes in there, we're not gonna collect any more taxes on that building, like correct?
Generally, vacant buildings get a vacants, generally. Commercial property that's vacant,
Okay,
generally gets a vacant,
okay.
so you're not getting the full.
Okay, okay, so we're not getting the full. I think just to go back to what I said, I would be in favor of setting up a type of committee, and as you said, Madam Chair. But I want to see before and I'm not opposed to, since I just learned that, thank you, Mr. O'Leary. If we think it's going to do that, yeah, there would be a definite benefit to the town, but I want to see the benefit to the town before we committed any tax dollars to it.
In addition to that, once the business goes in, it's personal property taxes that they also pay to the town.
Right.
Their office equipment, or whatever they have for inventory, things like that, so. Double benefit.
Kevin?
Yeah, Joe, I think it's more than, at least what I'm talking about, and I think what we've been discussing is, it's more than putting business in an empty building, it's more of selling a concept, the concept being North Reading is a good place for you to bring your business or to expand your business. And in that, the town gains by growing the commercial base. And it's, I wouldn't be in favor of us becoming real estate agents for the vacant buildings out there, but what I would envision it as being is more of a campaign of, here we are, here's what we offer, and let people be able to come there. But right now, it's I think, like Steve just described, you know, it's a diamond in the rough. If nobody knows about it, we can sit here forever, and, you know, somebody might stumble upon you eventually, but you got, I think it's time for us to become, as much as we can afford to be, proactive and try to attract people in here, and you know, it's like success breeds success. If you get a few people in here that things are going well, then you no longer are pouring money into a campaign. The campaign is off and running by itself, but it's gonna take some startup money to do it.
Joe?
Yeah, okay, fine. On that vein, Mr. Kelly, I agree, but I was looking at near term, I thought we were
Right.
looking within the next year. If we're looking out further, definitely. I didn't think we were looking out that far.
Well, I think we're talking about a starting point.
Starting,
Okay.
you know, if a year from now we have a Come to North Reading campaign.
Right.
You know, then this goal has, I can't say that this goal is gonna, you know.
Go into that other category.
You know, but, well, why don't we do this? I think it's a good idea to invite the chamber here. Why don't I look into other towns that have initiatives to do similar things, and perhaps the town administrator can help me with that and see, you know, whether there's a committee, what the charge